note, Borkum is on the Astra rather than the Omen. So they're looking to keep parity with the smokes right now versus Southbuilt Esports. And what I find interesting about the Southbuilt roster right now is I don't think Flippy is right here. It's going to be Micro and Pro together with Poppy Chulo instead.
So it's Micro coming on in here. As common, you know, with Southbuilt on split, it's Micro who comes in, subbing out Flippy, Job, moving away from the smoker into a duelist role. And we know that this dude, he had an ace on the Reyna last time we saw him here on split, and he's certainly a very big gun that Southbuilt like to rely on, this time unleashing him for his fullest potential. No more smokers for Ja. He's going to try and take things head on. That's what Southbuilt are going to come in with their pistol round as Ja goes for an early peek here. Borkum could be his first target.
Oh, Borkum not going to peek at that. And you mentioned a double duelist right now for Southbuilt. Ja himself can be very aggressive and very potent on that Reyna. And that's the interesting part. You got basically player rotations, Southbuilt side, and agent rotations on the Team Secret front. Ja might have seen the barrel there of Jeremy on the right-hand side, but Borkum pushes in, and Ja gets taken on down. Surprise, surprise, Team Secret with Gravity Wells ready on splits. Say it ain't so. That's one down for Southbuilt.
Heartbreaker of a pick there for Secret. Doing really good. Where was the help coming from Southbuilt? You can see that the wall was already committed to closing off that heaven position. Dubstep, he can bail out of a fight anytime he wants. Actually, no. His recons aren't really placed there as Jeremy finds a pick off on a Micro who is a bit too committed to that position. The Dispenser now helping them control the site, and the plant shall come down for Secret.
Spike planted.
Oh, immediately Jesse Bash putting that one down. Team Secret engaged towards that B site. And the high ground, well, that's the only advantage Southbuilt has right now, as the paint shell is going to get thrown on over. Poppy Chulo, though, looking to go for the push. Borkum seen already right behind that tower. And Dubstep, headhunting Pro, headhunting Poppy Chulo. And as this will get one takedown, but Borkum is there for the trade. Team Secrets wins the pistol, gets the pistol lead and the real lead of this game.
I think what's interesting here, too, is, you know, some teams, when they pick that chamber, they rely him to be that sole sentinel. They try and go for a different composition and have, you know, maybe more flashes, more initiating power, but not for Team Secret. They play him more like a duelist here because they already have Dispenser to get that sentinel role, to do, you know, that, I guess, to do the job that you would of a normal sentinel. And so they keep Dispenser on that, as he's made his name known for, and they use Dubstep more in a dueling role here. Basically kind of like a Reyna that has to kind of pre-position himself to really place his utility before committing to a fight. That's how Team Secret are, I guess, in some sort of way mirroring what Southbuilt are bringing here, which is that Reyna on the dismiss. Team Secret, they have a dismiss of their own on Dubstep, as we talked about.
Yeah, it just goes rendezvous, see the play, and Dubstep now looking to at least get one more pick off here with potentially that headhunter at the ready. You can see his arsenal right now, just full bullets on the Q ability with the chamber. And Southbuilt, they're trying to line up for an entry point here in the condoms, but Ja catches out Dispenser. All the tricks and traps that the Cypher's trying to build going to waste after that takedown. Aziz now with a push on forward. And Southbuilt trying to gauge how far they can get away with this round. Just for now, Wallace a distraction though. Jesse Bash, look to your right. He's right there. You can feel him breathing. As this, can we actually get that surprise? But Team Secret's not gonna push. Oh, that's unfortunate for Southbuilt, and well, fortunate for Team Secret, who goes for the call towards A site instead.
The timing just doesn't work out. You can see Aziz making sure no one's there on the ramen. He could be cooked if he's not careful. Borkum putting out his Astra smokes just to make sure that he can get that angle. He gets a ding off here on Borkum, but Poppy Chulo not able to confirm the kill as Jeremy finds Ja. It's a huge pick off here for Team Secret to get that gun, especially as he's feeling it. But Aziz, eventually things turn around and he gets the kill that he was looking for that entire opening round, rather than entire opening minute of the round.
Yeah, Painful Snare thrown on over though. Micro over onto the high ground, but Jesse Bash shows off with the Bulldog yet again. And here comes assist now from the main side. Potential pinch courtesy of Pro.
Player standing.
Himself not gonna be in time. Jesse Bash, one more kill for him. Jeremy is there, like father, like son. And well, that's gonna be Team Secret with another one, 2-0.
You can bet they fist bumped each other right after that. As they're one of the only few players that can fist bump each other in the Secret side based on their setup. But hey, good setup on the post plant here coming from Team Secret. You can see that they knew they had the weapons advantage. They could fully utilize that, especially on the swing here. Jeremy ducking under all those shots. That's what they need to do. And what Southfield need to do is convert this round. Defense is where they have made themselves known on Split, and they've already lost the opening 2 rounds. So any much more they give up here is going to pay a big problem later on in the half.
Yeah, well, Team Secrets. And they go for more of the momentum. This is just bonus time, perhaps. But bro, that's quick from the Sage. Dubstep goes down. No escape for you, good sir. And here for Southfield, now, this is where their defense really shines. They have the gun parity that they'd like. In this case, they even have the gun advantage compared to Team Secret. But you can see here how narrow the map feels for Team Secret. Claustrophobic even. The amount of utilities Southfield has, they can hear that Team Secret has no real entry point except where they want them to be in.
They do have this Astra to try and even the odds. Something we know Borkum is very proficient at, but we haven't seen him yet really utilize it too much, or at least even pick it hell here on Split. They have done it in the past, but we've all kind of known Borkum loves playing that Omen here on towards Split. Stacking up to go for that A push. Dispenser, the sole lurker on the opposite side of the map. They've made their presence known because of that tripwire going off. And Ja, I believe he was just spraying through there. Gets a shot. Actually, no, he wasn't. Good accuracy on that.
30 seconds left.
Find one more to really help confirm this round. There he goes. Gets the heal. And Vash left alone on the plant box. So fitting for a Sky. No regrowth to be given to his own way. This Ja gets a third. And South will convert and stop the bonus for Secret.
Maybe he can plant the seed there next time and give Team Secret the push that they need. But in reality, we just see the Southfield special, the defense that has made them pretty much known throughout the PH scene. And it's just really simple. The fact of the matter is they have the pump position to hold things off in the angles that they want to take. They have the right players on the angles, basically, that they allow Team Secret to come on in. And not only that, they have the right timing with the rotation. So it's just a checklist for Southfield. And that's it. It's working out really well here so far. Team Secret gonna have guns. But the oppression here, Team Secret is gonna need to find the solution and fast.
Look, they throw the slow orb here towards that ramen side, but don't really use it to push forward. The smoke here from Team Secret definitely did help their case out, because they know that the help on the reinforcement from Southfield, if they do aggress on towards mid, can be very deadly. But Borkum's taking lots of damage in that engagement, trying to cross into the vents, Spectre in hand, but luckily for him, regrowth is online for Vash. You talked about it. This guy, he's played that Sky before, but it isn't something he's been necessarily known for. Really looking to see that at least the regrowth here, the healing capability, is helping in the end.
Yeah, and for Team Secret, we're going to be seeing a slower pace right now until Team Secret finds a solution, because they're realizing the answer here. The earlier they can bait out South-built utilities, the more time they're going to work with. So they're going to try to apply pressure on the fronts that they want to go on. The thing is, we're already down to around 38 seconds. Jesse Vash with the guiding light, but I don't really think that Southfield is going to fall for that as much respect. They still do have a hold over onto the tower though, but it's already a double stack towards that 8th site. And the paint shells are lobbed, but the Empress is awaiting. Ricardo gets a spot. Ja here, looking on around, checking out the high ground even. The assist with a takedown off the Jesse Vash, PPGL, the Devil, Spencer, and Jeremy. They'll force their hand and force the push towards that A side. But there's this again on the board. Jeremy with the trade though, but time is running out. Someone has to scramble for the spike, and that's what the raise is for. But Pro, can he get the right timing here? Borkum though sees him coming. It's Micro now, all left by his lonesome. And what looked to be a good hold there by Southfield has been shattered here by Team Secret. 1v2 from the high ground. But look at how Team Secret's positioning. They want to push into the tower while Micro drops down. Will they peek instead from the high ground? Will it be coming from the A main angle? Well, case in point, Team Secret, they're prepared here. And I kind of like where Mike is going in a way. He's going to try to go for some cover. He's running out of time. He has no intel. This is Team Secret with the bamboozle.
Initially, kind of a good hold on the side. He gets a kill on the Jeremy. Borkum's quite low, but there isn't enough time to make the round work out. He's going to have to save the rifle, and he knows that they've lost his Team Secret. Even though they weren't on a full buy on that one, mind you, they had like 2 Spectres on their side, able to make the round happen, just going fast, going in, and not elbow position, which Ja seemed to initially want to fight for, giving it up, going for the opposite fight, and they just get trapped out in the open. That allowed Secret to just turn things around.
Oh, you know what's a fun fact? Oh, we're gonna get in the game. Just before we finish this off. Now it's esports. There's a wing spray in the game, and they all have that because it looks like their logo. So that's cute. Yeah,
let
we
me
have a
think.
look.
Grind Sky's pretty cool, actually.
Grand Circle. Okay,
It's like that red stuff. Nigma Galaxy, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Purple.
Oh yeah, that's cool too. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. The time where we're supposed to talk about random things is over. The time to do our jobs is now. And Southville, they have to do their job here basically, because if this keeps up from Team Secret, it's gonna snowball out of control.
Certainly the case, and we know that Southville are a team that do struggle to come back from those kind of avalanches that go against them. Oh, okay, trying to peek and deny that Trailblazer at the end of things. Could have been dangerous, but they get the wall up, not destroyed, but it does materialize in front of them and hold solid for the meantime. Yeah, that's
Vandal?
a bug. Yeah, he has
nice Vandal. Vash.
Yeah.
That you are the Vandal now.
Put it in your hands, not on your back.
It's inside of him, basically. He becomes the Vandal. It's one of those first-person... Have you ever watched those first-person movies?
Yeah.
The experimental ones? It's kind of like that, but okay. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Guiding Light the call. A bit of the utility being thrown out here by Team Secret. So yet again, TS here trying to gauge, perhaps, what Southwell's trying to do, but I love the fact that Southwell is looking so responsible right now, and they're not biting too hard on the Team Secret pokes.
You want to fight it?
Well,
30 seconds
talk about
left.
that. Here they come on and taking a bit of damage on that entry, but Jaw denies the showstopper from even happening, and he's able to dismiss away in a safety. Will he double dip for another peek? He could potentially. Oh, he gets spied out, taking a bit of damage. Actually, that one. Dubstep has some idea. He goes for the flash. He's gonna get denied. Actually, Papi Chulo saves him for just a second, but Jesse Bass will get afraid as soon as this does so as well. He comes with a showstopper of his own, try and blow things up on the B site, but there's nothing he's gonna find. Nothing in sight. Here comes the showstopper, not gonna connect to the dispenser. He's been hit by the cabbages of the sky, and Aziz is able to get the kill somehow still on dispenser. Down to the 1v4. Borkram all the way up top on the heavens. But he's gonna have to send him all to hell if he wants to make it happen, as Micro will get his revenge from that previous round. The Southville come back with a perfect defense.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay with Dispenser. Seems like it was a little off there from the Cypher. But beyond that, that was kind of interesting. You had that Cosmic Divide. Shot doesn't come. I don't think really Team Secret realized he was there until they noticed, hey, you guys want to check the other side of the wall? Because no one immediately reacted to that shot. You can see it here. Ja with the takedown this time, making it work first with Jeremy. He was just there holding things off anyway to try and be a bother. And Southbolts, it was pretty clean on the retake. So yeah, I think we're gonna go back into a technical pause. Yeah, that's okay. This time I saw it come. I was like, wait a minute, Dispense, you good? But yeah, Team Secret, they lose out on that round, and we're gonna lose more time of our lives here.
Yeah, it's 8:30. Dinner was cooked maybe an hour and a half ago. But we're still continuing on because we want to close this map the way it deserves. Honestly, Team Secret, they deserve better. Let's wait for this. Let's get Dispenser back in this unfortunate round. One could argue maybe if he was fully online, if he could have came back from that. I think he was kind of hit by the cabbages. I should stop calling the cabbages the Seekers. It's just funny to say that. But
I think Southbolt had that round still, but it was kind of weird. Just like, oh wait, Dispense. Okay, never mind. But yeah, not to take anything about Southbolt, Ja there just being a bit of bother. Besides, of course, that I'd say it was a little too early. If you're gonna be pre-firing with the Cosmic Divide, right? You need to make sure that you're on the other side of it with your gun. Sometimes that's when the barrel is peeking out, and that's how you get caught, right? But a little too early there, and it kind of led to his demise later on. Still a bit of bother overall. Southbolt, though, it is so supreme. In all honesty, this is a defense that is worth mentioning and worth studying for many other teams, because if you can't get to that high velocity to get past all of the utility Southbolt in the first place, this is going to be your problem. And Team Secret, they're bearing the brunt of it, and they're trying to solve it in a different way, in a different manner from what we've seen compared to the other teams in the group stage.
you know what's surprising to me, and it's not easy to surprise me when it comes to Southville. I'll put that first and foremost. A lot of times, you know, teams that do kind of turtle is where Southville do struggle on their attacking side, and for them to do this kind of same philosophy where they kind of turtle back down, not really taking too many early fights when their composition would suggest otherwise, having both that Reyna and Raze, and especially, you know, with Papi Chulo being on that Cypher to help enable them, have him be very sly around the smokes and use his utility. No one would think they'd go on the aggressive stances, even on the defensive side, but that's just not the case. And yet they're able to convert some of those rounds. It should be a third round already for South Build, but hey, Team Secret, they were able to storm their way onto that A site on round number 4, and it didn't work out that way for South Build. But for Team Secret, they know that the game plan here is, as always, burn utility, waste those pulls, make sure those stars don't have the effect that they should have on, on the defensive side, so that when now they're in the attack Secret, they get to burn that utility, as I talked about. And South Build, they know that, because that's where they struggle to go up against what they go up against when they're playing other teams that do like the turtle. So it's very interesting to see that even with the composition kind of suggesting otherwise, South Build, I guess, kind of taking a play out of opposing sides' books.
I'm gonna give you a hot take I have, in all honesty.
Okay.
There's a reason why this Team Secret roster has to play slower right now, and it's because their entry player is on the chamber. And that's always been my biggest concern of having a chamber in your roster, and especially if it's your duelist player who does it, because you don't have that faster entry that basically defines what SEA and APAP meta is all about. That's why we see those double duelist roles. That's why we see some rush downs by other PH teams. And case in point right now, I feel like Team Secret's gonna be bothered by that this whole first half, because Dubstep, your usual dash on in, get those kills kind of player, he has to play that waiting game. He will be cheeky with the rendezvous, but he has to set it up, and it's gonna be only on his side. He has basically those trademarks, alarms that can tell you if someone's flanking, but Southwell is just hunkering down. So what's it's really gonna do? And if you're gonna be playing entry with Jeremy, basically, then he has to go in all alone with the blastbacks, with the paint shells, and the rest of the team has to follow, but they're not going to have that sudden speed compared to having that double duelist. And I think before I watched many of the NA VODs and seeing how the NA style plays, I really wasn't a fan of the chamber. And in all honesty, this is just my opinion, but in this situation, that chamber will make or break this first half here for Team Secret. If Southwold starts winning more and more of these rounds continuously on the defense, I really wouldn't be surprised seeing how Team Secret and their pace will be, and because of what's forced on them. And it's just like the discussion point we had the one for SBE on Bind.
It's a good point to make, Dax. I mean, what Team Secret do have at the very least is they've got Vash on that sky, which gives them much more information gathering than SBE have as a whole, honestly, combining all that they've got. The only real type of information gather that SBE have is the Boombot and the cams, the Cypher on Papi Chulo. So that's one thing that should help them out, especially on this attacking side of theirs. But lots of people would argue that on the attacking side, when you have a Chamber, barring his ult, obviously, he's kind of just like a lesser tuned Reyna. He does much better on the defensive side than the attacking side, one would argue, but on that defense, on that attack, it can be quite difficult for, as you said, for them to kind of entry their way on the sites. Now, it hasn't been proposing a big problem for Secret just yet. They're up 3-2. It is an eco, but they've got the tour de force, that sniper rifle on Dubstep available for this round, and that thing, we know it can really cause a ruckus if you're not careful, especially if you don't expect it. But I mean, it's a very valid point to make, and one wonders if this is Team Secret coming into this matchup specifically prepared to play this composition, or if there's a bit more of a last minute thing or last week thing where they just suddenly think, hey, we're going up against SBE, let's pull a chamber in, let's do Vash on Sky, let's change everything up, and if this is what they think is the right way to go specifically for this matchup.
No, I think it's both, honestly, because it is South Built, but also at the same time, it is because they have to adjust again to the PH playstyle, and it's been that whole point of Team C that they're not in the global leagues anymore, and APAC plays it different. It's a bit more wild, so many different identities, trying to be the best that it is, and when you play in SEA, basically, it's just like, I wonder what kind of game we're going to get here, compared where you have more structure in EMEA, where you get the NA Frag Fiesta when they want to, and it really goes to show that if you're looking from the out in, you're gonna like, what is going on? I don't really understand. But when you're in the know, and when you know what's going on, it does get sloppy, it does get dicey, but it is a pleasure to watch, to see these teams fight. And I'm not gonna take it away from Team Secret. You mentioned it itself, that they have the lead, and it's because they get to that site towards A. But also, that's where Southfield is trying to set up their retake potential in the first place. I haven't seen them get that mid to B take as properly as they would like because of that raise, that stage setup there in the first place. And if they don't kill Micro towards that B site from the garage anyway, then how do they expect to go for that B site? Right now, my only issue looking at the Team Secret roster is maybe the limitations that it gives. But, well, Team Secret, they're going to have to will themselves to victory, basically. This kind of comp, and the fact of the matter is, you know that just play that chamber, shoot head, win game, headhunter, tour de force. Those are guns you can have ready at any time.
The thing is, you know, as you talked about, that lack of entry utility that they have. Yeah, they got the chamber, you got dry peek it and dismiss out, rather. Rendezvous out, to be correct. If you don't hit anything, or even if you do, just to make sure that you're in a safe position, that type of utility isn't the exact same as maybe a Jet would give here, where you get that corner clear dash. Case in point, you haven't really seen Team Secret successfully go and take that B heaven from mid, and you haven't even seen them try and fight for heaven towards A, which is something a lot of teams like to go for. It's something Southfield likes to do quite often as well. And Team Secret not having that much entry utility, even though they got the raise, even though they've got that Sky, especially for the hard flash, mind you, the only hard flash we have in this match, they still realize, I guess, what the faults of that are. And as you said, you know, that raise plus Astra plus the Sage combo is just something so oppressive for teams to go up against when trying to take that B heaven position. And Secret, they haven't even really attempted that so far, knowing just how difficult it is. And the only round where they did win B site plant is when they were able to get the kill on Micro from B main, and that was their only avenue in, and that was a pistol round as well.
I love your points, Black and Blue. You should really be an analyst.
Oh, I hope so. Thanks for vouching for me, Dax.
Of course.
Many would doubt.
I wonder what team would pick you up. I feel like a veteran team that knows your background, that knows your expertise, they'd love to have you. But hey, we're back into the game. We've done it. We talked about smart. They're going to be seeing Southfield back on away from the tower. Here we go again. The oppression is through. But you said it a while ago. Tour de Force comes online. And Dubstep at the ready to snipe some target presence.
Wanna play? Let's play, Dubstep says.
Wow. Wow, chamber voice actor?
Oh, no. I know someone who can do it much better. Shout out to our host, Nomad, a while ago. Anyway, continuing on, we talked about how, hey, they've been kind of struggling to go for that B main site, but this time, that is seemingly where they want to aggress. Melting the wall down as soon as it pops. You have to know that Dubstep, he's crawling up this, and do not give him a peek. You give him one sliver, he's going to take a mile.
It's dangerous. They do know that the Tour de Force is out after the declaration of that chamber. But yeah, that operator basically in his hands. So very deadly and so very crucial for any kind of success Team Secret wants here. They have one Spectre for Borkum, but oh, that Spectre is down on the ground. Dubstep not picking it up, so he has pretty much all the arsenal here. Rachel still does bounce the wrong way. It's okay, it's a zoning tool, that's fine. Dubstep still trying to peek things out. Team Secrets just playing it slow and steady, but they're running out of time, and they're gonna have to just go for that B side anyway.
He has to be disciplined here. Don't overpeak. He knows there's a lot bearing down on him on his B main position. When Pro somehow finds a kill, he swings, and Dubstep, he's ready to try and repel this, but there's not much time left. All Pro has to do here is stay alive as long as possible. Micro gets the kill. Dubstep finding another.
Planted.
He's gonna let them get the plant at the very least. He knows not to overpeak because Dubstep can completely run amok here. He gets a triple. He's got the headhunter. He's gonna be looking for a head, but John's not gonna give it to him just yet. Down to a 1v2. Vash all alone, but he's very consistent in these type of clutches. Even low HP, he's trapped between a rock and a hard place, and Southfield will equalize the round. But a good eagle from Team Secret nonetheless.
Yeah, that was so much better than we expected with that timer. Dubstep putting in the impact with the Tour de Force. Vash there having the right ad that spiked down anyway. A little unfortunate though. He could have clutched it if he found those 1v1 situations. But did you see that timing from Southfield? One from the rafters, one from the side, and there was just no way Jesse Bash could win that even with the most monstrous of flicks. That's a 90-degree angle. If he still flicks that, I think that would be just disgusting. That would have been record-breaking. But reality sets in. We are tied up, and this oppression of Southfield lives on for the next round.
With Jeremy being right beside him, I don't even know he has enough table space to make that flick happen.
His mouse will go to Jeremy's keyboard. He's like,
he just hits Jeremy's keyboard and flicks him out of the earth.
well, oh no, Jeremy.
Oh,
Stay
poor
safe.
Jeremy.
Stay safe, Jeremy.
Stay safe, Jeremy. That's bad. I'm too mad. That would happen. 3-3. Team Secret. They're not going to let this one slip on by idly, but Ja's got something to say. Yeah. They get the 5v4.
Is that how you laugh? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, tripwire. Yeah. Jeremy now. Angel's gonna get thrown on over. Team Secret again, forced to back on away from this kind of setup. But Borkum, he's a little mischievous. He still wants to try and make a play towards the A tower. Got here, though, holding it off. And watches out for the ropes yet again. Borkum now going down here. Stoppageula trying to reinforce, but Ja gets 3. He's a one-man army. All you need is Ja here. And the paint shells to force Jesse Bash on away. But look who's on the other side. His name is Pro. Can he get the takedown? Does find the shot off to Jesse Bash there to confirm the kill. And Bash looking for some help in the sewers. But Southbuild, they have already found the pinches, found gets, and at least Bash right now trying to put that spike down for a bit more money here for Team Secret.
Well, in this case, no one to help in sewers for Vash. He does have the spike. He's got this Vandal in his hands.
10 seconds left.
All you really got to do here is hold on to it, stay alive, continue on for the fight next round. That rifle, who knows, could be the one thing that will maybe swing things around for them come round number 8. All things considered, though, still not a bad half from Secret just yet. We're only on round number 8, and they're only, I guess, a round of disparity between Southbuild and Team Secret. So, Team Secret, if you can get like 2 more rounds, as I said a while ago, in this half, then they're not going to be too shabby for that second.
One enemy remaining.
I gotta give props there to Ja. Team Secret forced it out anyway. They wanted to will themselves towards that A site, and the Reyna just shut the door firmly there. And that's why he is towards that A site. Technically, utility-wise, the weaker side the Team Secret can get on, because they know there's a proper fragger there, and that's the Reyna. Also, one thing I want to point out, just SBE, very disciplined here on a map like this. Really goes to show their comp. As you mentioned, lack of intel. They're not going to be rushing on around to find those exits, as Team Secret now, not the best buys whatsoever.
Oh, this is the first time we've actually seen Team Secret kind of go for that ramp A heaven attack. And it seems like Southbuild, for the meantime, are really ready to give it up. They know that, okay, we can give this up. It'll give them control of vents potentially, and obviously heaven, which is a very important part of a retake when it comes to that A site. But they know they have the weapons advantage. They know that facing that up front is going to be a big problem for them. Dubstep can do something fancy and teleport through this. Rendezvous through that trap. I'm not too sure if he's going to burn the utility for that yet specifically. They've got that B site wall, rather B heaven, barrier or blocking B heaven, so there's no way they can crawl up there unnoticed. But Southbuild, you can see just how far back they're playing. They do not want these engagements to be caught up close.
This is so suffocating again. You can see already Aziz ready here at the exit of the tower. Last back now gonna get thrown on over. Paint shells are there as well. And Team Secret decided to go for the action dive towards that A site.
30 seconds left.
Give them that first pick anyway. Stoppageula goes down, but Aziz and Ja here from the Southbuild. The esports looking to clean up nicely. Ja already with a cosmic divide protecting Jesse Bash just a little bit more. The dismiss now with the Empress. This is
one enemy remaining.
Will they see him coming? No, they cannot. This Besser sees it, but that's gonna be a takedown. 4 here for Ja. And there's just no stopping him already. Southbuild have a raid boss ready at A site, and the Reyna wreaking havoc towards Team Secret.
One could argue the Reyna popping Empress there was a bit overkill, but hey, at least he secures the round, and it's not a super high impact ultimate, but my gosh, it's one of the best ultimates you want in a clutch situation. He uses it here early on in the half. Should have enough time to maybe get it by the end of this half, and a timeout called by Team Secret. Very well placed. I like this timeout from Team Secret. You've finally given up, 2 rounds to Southbuild side. Let's stop the bleeding just a bit.
Yeah, and Team Secret, in all honesty, they kept parity really well early on. They found their navigations toward the sites, but now they do have to break the momentum of the Southbuild house, because look at this. We saw a while ago the 2 duelists pretty much popped off in that last round. In case in point, 13 takedowns for Ja, assist there with 9. You gotta give it to Aziz also. His rotations from B tower towards A side have been exemplary to at least be a bother here to the Team Secret side. Ja also, how many times have we seen him just onside, clean up nicely, get those takedowns, and Team Secret just walking into the sidelines many a time. But for TS, I really feel like the problem right now has to be that lack of mobility to get up close and personal or get the off angles truly against the Reyna, the Raze, and all the frontline that Southfield brings to the table. Because Team Secret, they're gonna have potential flanks if Southfield pushes. They're gonna have potential angles that they can take if Southfield over-rotates. But we have just seen absolute discipline from Southfield, and they know with this composition, they don't need to go for those pushes to win these rounds. But Aziz wants to try at least.
I don't know if it's supposed to be Aziz doing that, considering he doesn't have a dismiss, he doesn't have a disengage tool. Those blast packs can be useful, but they're not as consistent as you might expect a tailwind or a dismiss might be. So, a bit wayward there. Doesn't get punished for it, fortunately for his sake. Dubstep almost finds the punish on Micro, going for that quick shoulder peek, just jump peeking him, making sure that he isn't being crept up on, kind of confirming suspicions. Now, Team Secret, this isn't too bad of a position, honestly, for them. They do have some control of B main. They've gotten all the way top mid, and this allows them to maybe flex towards that vent side or continue on forward onto B.
Well, they get the confirm towards B side that someone is there thanks to the guy in light. Bit of intel goes a long way. But here we go again. Slow Orb's gonna get thrown on over, as this here is just at the ready. Doesn't have the utilities anymore, so he's gonna have to fight for his life. And Jeremy will go down to start things off.
30 seconds left.
Too much.
Go on the other side.
I know
Secret
exactly
will get the sheer courtesy of Southfield's position. A while ago, Aziz didn't get punished. This time he does. Throw a Jesse Flash though. It's ready, blows, dubstep there to get that takedown. And Team Secret, they finally are able to navigate towards the side. Poppy Jula gets it covered in time though. Vash, you're right behind the boxes. But Ja is coming with the leer thrown on over. Doesn't really see the blind onto anyone here. Guiding Light gonna be the call. Dubstep.
One enemy remaining.
Navigate the right hand side. It gets the headshot anyway. Team Secret, they're willing themselves towards the speed side, and they're trying to shoot away the opposition. Dubstep is there to step on Poppy Chulo in the end. And TS with that timeout, they find the opening that they need.
A bit of an overheat there from Aziz. Again, he got the kill. He was feeling it. They were pulled into it. But he has to expect that Secret, they're going to be ready for the swing, especially when you're all alone there. So, very, very good round to convert. And everything crumbled from that moment on forward. As soon as that heaven was given on up. Very valiant effort from Ja, but Dubstep just one hit cleaner, one shot quicker. He goes for the swing. Poppy Chulo is even ready for it. But because of the information given, he knew exactly where Poppy Chulo was positioned. Now Southfield forced to have to reinvest in another round, but they've got some ultimates to work with this time around.
And that's a problem here. We see for Southfield, if they have to keep dueling with their utility agents, basically, they're not going to be able to take advantage of the comp they're running. And Team Secret, again, the Southfield right now biting a bit more of they can really chew here. Dubstep with the takedown off the Micro, and with Team Secret getting hotter and hotter with the shots, the Southfield setup, it's pretty much in shambles right now.
Micro not exactly having himself a great game here so far. Able to back off for the meantime. They do get the res up, but they're still down 5-4. They burn that res. They better make do good of it. They still have the showstopper here, especially on Aziz, but Poppy Chulo caught off guard, but still making the adjustment to land the shot to equalize things up 4-4. No such resurrection on Team Secret's side.
Full reaction there from Poppy Chulo, and he's not done. So once more, there's a third, and Poppy Chulo! Tip your hat, you already deserve the applause camera here to go for the competition. Spencer right here on the other side, and Poppy Chulo is not unstoppable. This is what Southfield is built on, the clutch king and the clutch genes. Poppy Chulo, of course, the enforcer of them all. And that's another round here for SBE.
Playing them like a fiddle there from the ropes, and that's where they hang them. Executed as well. 6-4, Southfield could be cleaner in this opening half of theirs, but hey, they get at least the advantage continuing on. We're going to round number 11. And this is where Secret really need to force around. You bring it 7-5, Secret have a really good chance of coming back in that second half. I believe they're going to keep this game close. There's no way we're not going to get at least, final round of regulation. Hell, even overtime. It's always going to be possible when it's these two teams up against each other. But what a masterclass of weaving and dodging there and finding his moments from PPGL.
No, I agree with you, because coming into the second half, the story is going to be completely different. Southbolt's not going to be able to press on the defense anymore. Team Secret, they don't need to push in with basically the chamber raise, and we'll see if Team Secret can catch up then. But for Southfield, building up that bank, very, very important. Dubstep here with the tour de force, though, setting up the rendezvous. While we're waiting for the action to kick off again, gotta say, Black and Blue, PPGL, ever since SBE got built, consistency clutch, and he has no signs of stopping whatsoever.
Well, seems like Twitch chat would agree with you, just based on the
delusional fan
accounts I've seen for him. Oh, he barely gets away with one there. He should have been dead to rights. It should have been Dubstep's pick. It just doesn't go that way. Luckily for Aziz, he's able to back off maybe an inch to the right, to the left. Things could have gone the other way. This is the third time he's used this angle, and he's got to get out of here. He knows he's double dipping way too much. Still somehow able to get the kill. The poke down doesn't shakes him and stirs him, but he's will get taken down eventually. Honestly, should have been a bit quicker.
What a chain of events! Aim correction there, suddenly like, oh, there's a pull. Oh, he's here now. Okay, I'm gonna shoot him there. And it kind of works out because they do have the numbers advantage. And PPGL,
one player
just
standing.
has no
30 seconds left.
PPGL, stop. Oh, okay, there, Jesse Bash, the real father of PHE Sports, stopping him in his front there to get that takedown. And
you want to talk about old folk? Fathers?
Last round before the switch.
I'm not saying it. You're the one saying it.
I mean, let's be frank here. These are two of the biggest case in points that we're going to see.
Wait, look at that.
Like, it's a proper career.
It's grabbing me well. I don't understand. It helped the second time. It helped the first time rather. It didn't help the second. This is like, wait a minute. He's sliding in. Wait a minute. The other guy's sliding in, and well, still Southbolt does go for the hold though here.
What? Look at this. Double up.
Double up?
Wrong game, maybe? But hey, it's looking right. Okay.
You called him out. That's your fault.
Micro never really known for his operating
now he is
skills, but
this is it.
Okay.
You can always write a new chapter about your life. Career change, language change, identity change, whatever. You can do whatever you want. And probably Southbolt, they run the double off on the last round. Sap of dispenser, taking out the job force. Thought they're flushed out by the facial PPGL. Their assist though! PPGL is just
take what's useful.
He's PPGL. The Terminator, truly 8-4. Southbolt with quite the lead built on the defense, and that is what you expect from their kind of setup on split.
Good defensive half at the very least come from Southfield. Could have been cleaner. There were some rounds there that should have assuredly been theirs, but slips away. But I will put the caveat that Southfield, they've let bigger leads be thrown. And Team Secret, they've come back from even larger odds than this. And if you guys are expecting that this is going to be a one-way show all the way through, then you are going to be proven wrong by the end of this round. By the end of of this half, more importantly. So let's go on to it, the pistol round. Let's get going. If things are going to be equalized, Dax, in terms of who's won the pistol, then maybe Southfield can get back one of them.
A harsh reality there, courtesy Black and Blue, but we'll see now, because I think really when the sides do swap the compositions, they're gonna change their focus. It really boils down to kind of this here for Southfield, how they're gonna be playing those entries, see how they do rules anyway, and coming into the post plant, that's when pop behind yet again. But here comes now the two-prong attack. Perhaps will they commit all their resources towards the tower? No, they're gonna back on away, but at the same time, Black is a possibility. Jesse Bash should take down off the micro, prepared for this. Even though the tripwire was right in front of him, as just in the meantime, down off this goal. And here comes Southfield, but Jesse Bash trying to shoot all the way. The goal is the better gun. With the take that PPGL still there, still consistent, as this finds Jeremy even. And Dubstep now all alone in this firefight. Backs all the way into cover, has the classic stealth, 2 guns to put them, picks up the ghost, whips off the card. One bullet bullet in the chamber for this chamber. And as this will back on the way up to chaos right now. And this pistol round might see the leg finds as this anyway towards the shoulder, and he's very dead. 1-on-1 between Dubstep and Pro. And this series of unfortunate events for both sides. Only one can be the victor. But from the high ground, Pro has the angle. And Dubstep, if he peeks, he is dead. There you go. SBE with the pistol win.
A bit too close for comfort, but hey, they wanted the kill. They're good friends with Dubstep. They all know him. They were like, yeah, you can see PPGL there even like, I want to one-tap this dude, and I don't want anything less than a one-tap. And maybe a bit of his camaraderie getting the best of him there in that last bit. Dubstep, dude, every time that he's the last player alive for Team Secret, there's always that bit of you that can be
that scenario. But Southbuilt, we're going to see that defense all over again, and we know how claustrophobic that was.
Well, we're definitely going to be able to witness that once more, potentially, as we're moving on over finally into another round. Everybody's back online in the server, in their computers, and ready to get going. Rather, on their computers. Grammatical errors here at BNB. 9-4, and SBE should be able to take this to a 10.
See now, as Southbuilt, they have the gun advantage.
Why is Borkum low?
Borkum?
I know what happened. He was probably trying to do the jump from B rafters, and he fell. Yeah, that makes sense. I've seen
that makes sense. I've seen it makes sense. If he has like 85 HP, we will know. Everyone has done that if they ever played Split. But Southbuilt now, they're trying to split on the way. Pistol does get the heal, and he's gonna be happy to be topped up here by Pro so far. SBE right now trying to set up the firing range again. Ja would take down onto Borkum. Lear thrown on out to pave the way. Some tap toward Jewel 18 finding Dubstep. This gauge is through the window. And making play perhaps here from Jeremy, but he's spotted by the boom bot. And Ja will be making sure that that's an explosive finale for him. Just also caught on the lurk. And Southbuilt just taking names and taking command. And I ask you here, Black and Blue. Right now it's looking very, very solid for Southbuilt Esports. Can they keep up their run of just being the anti-Team Secret roster? And this is looking to be them again, understanding how their opponent plays very, very much in philosophical sense.
They certainly can, but will they actually be able to achieve that here in the VCT remains to be seen. It looks good for now, but we haven't really seen a full gun round from SBE, and that is when they honestly crumble on this split attack. When, you know, they're not really known to be a great attack team on split specifically for a good reason. Just the statistics historically have not supported that claim. And so if they're able to get one on Secret here, yeah, it will add to that, but there still begs that question if, you know, well, I mean, it's not really Secret's best map either. So once they go up against another team that's great on split, like Oasis or something, or
Vash here getting the assist, yes, getting the intel, but I really don't think that the intel that the Sky gets here for Team Secret leads to any kind of semblance of kills for SBE, for Team Secret rather, onto SBE. They just know that, oh, SBE is here, and that's it. That's all they get.
Well, they do have a round to convert here, and they do have the advantage as well, especially with them being a defensive side. They can pick and choose their fights, and this is a fight they certainly want. Dubstep, see, he gets that opening early pick, and he knows that he can just rendezvous away from that. He knows that that long-range engagement is one that certainly favors him, and he's going to try and take that duel every time.
Yeah, just crush them before they even start. And the beauty of the chamber now, we're seeing its finesse in form towards the defending side. So instead, Southbuilt willing to rotate. They still have the potential to go for the entry with the raise anyway. They're going to be banking on the fact that that B site is going to be a little more clear than they would expect. Team Secret, though, did leave some traps for them, a few goodies along the way, the garage, as well as the tower to take, perhaps. Going to be having that Cypher tripwire, and that's the beauty of playing the Cypher. No need to be like the Killjoy. You can just be across the map and make things work.
See Vash, the second flash, and that's going to confirm their suspicions that there's something to be sent through the mail here. Could use this. Oh, spots out. Tripwire at the last second. Nade on out here. He knows he's kind of trapped between the rock and a hard place, and Jeremy's going to get that kill on a Pro. They get the opener on the PPGL, retrieving that rifle, which is going to be huge for their hold here on the site. But Borkum's so consistent in being that anchor here. He's going to catch Resist off guard. They're going to get the trade-off from Micro at the very least, but he's got a lot to deal with, but not much to work with. The flash comes on through. He just runs and guns him down. He knows the spike is out of reach. He gets the kill and almost brings it to the clutch. The dispenser will get the win at the end of things. 10-5, Team Secret. That's a round they should have won, and they have a bit more, I guess, expensive than they would have liked.
Yeah, that's a big bonus win there for South Build overall, because they take down 4. Could have actually been a win for Micro if he only flicked over to the right-hand side instead, but he had no intel. But this was the call to action! You want to see that! You see the guy that like you just rush on in, you didn't get flashed anyway. With a bit more punishment there towards Team Secret, as the guns are going to be out. Bulldogs, though, the buffer. Vash also with the judge. Shows their bias right now. Team Secret has to be very cheeky on how they play this, and it's already looking good for Southfield because they're towards the garage. They take down Borkum, and this will force immediate fear from Team Secret.
They have information of that. Was that just a blind spam? He gets a tag on so many of them. He's trying to shoot that rifle. They know, actually, he knows that all he's got is a judge, and it's going to be very difficult to try and contest that site from long range with it. Jesse Vash pretty much putting himself in his own coffin. They've gotten 2 picks, just spamming the back of that site over and over.
Just jumping there, way too ambitious, looking for that rifle. And he was seen there. Ill timing, in all honesty, because Southfield has already crossed out in the open there. And Jeremy trying to hold things off. Bulldog from Jeremy! Fighting 2 immediately. Seems like a watchdog. It's an order. There's the 3rd with a burst! And Poppy Jewel now through the middle. Catches out the Spencer, but dubstep! Bulldog best rifle looking to be the truth of this series. All left now to Poppy Chulo. We've seen him clutching before in a 1v2 slate. But a sheer force of will from Team Secret keeping them alive. Dubstep now in the back. Watch out for the garage. And Jeremy will get the quad there. Dude, I'm becoming a believer of the burst fire because these Bulldogs have saved the day for Team Secret.
Bulldog, a very underrated weapon, to be quite honest with you. We've been seeing it being picked up a lot more often, especially with the love that it's gotten the past few recent weeks. And you can see that thing is super accurate when ADSing like that, can burst anybody down immediately. Jeremy was low, but he finds a perfect timing here in a Poppy Chulo. That's such a huge round for Team Secret to win, especially after giving up those 2 opening picks. They still somehow converted just basically off of the firepower that a young gun like Jeremy brings to the table.
This is what Team Secret can do. It's that real comeback potential. And they will make sure that you have to be on your A game every single time. No assumptions. All about being absolutely awake. Gotta give props though to Jeremy again. He has proven that he really fits this Team Secret mold and then some. Thing is though, TS right now will be having a bit of an interesting setup again towards this middle. You have Jesse Vash there waiting with the judge. This time he's gonna try to use it for a surprise. But I'm liking the fact that the entry points here that South Build wants to go through immediately tripwired on up, and even if they break that trip, Jesse Vash can push on in to go for a takedown. Yeah,
this is gonna be so difficult. That star is gonna be very, very problematic for Southwood as soon as they ring the alarm bells. They're gonna pull this Lear out, and they're gonna get pulled back, and actually that works out for them. They're able to bait out all the utility here and make Jesse Vash vulnerable. And yeah, importantly, they burn that utility. They now know that there's no more star to replace, but they have to be careful because of this judge. And Jesse Vash, he's going to win that fight every single time, and he's going to still stay on it. So if you're SBE right now, you're kind of in a kerfuffle. Do we continue here and face that judge? Or do we back on off?
Yeah, there you go. Back on off. Will he actually decide to go for the back chip up on in dispenser for the takedown. Poppy Chulo at least making the classic count for the action shots there from Team Secret. Allow them to capitalize on, well, this action. Poppy Chulo pro though. And the action to the side. Jeremy already shooting down Poppy Chulo. And Team Secret, the stations are true. Get past 1. There's still more to come on the other side. And Team Secret now, they're stringing along these wins here, Black and Blue. They're getting the victories that they need to get back to the...
Inching closer and closer. Now would be a pretty good time for Southwood to call timeout. Don't even let them get within reaching distance, because they're a few breaths away from potentially doing that. Only 3 rounds separates these 2 teams, and we know that South Build, they do struggle on these attacking sides more often than not. And more importantly, now Dubstep, he's got his tour de force. He's got the operator to use here, and that is something that South Build could really want to take offline.
Yeah, this is where Southfield needs to hit those right targets at the right time, basically. They know who will pop them off, and who is going to be the biggest threat here. And if they can catch out, perhaps that Raze even, It's gonna be a big help, but Showstoppers looking to flash. Fireworks Fiesta yet again. Jeremy finding shot after the takedown on the Spencer, and here comes Dubstep for the whittle down fire. Gets a bit of help along the way. Team Secret now back in formation. Trailblazers searching on right behind the Cosmic Divide. No one cheeky though, courtesy of Salts. They're trying to crawl their way towards this high ground, but this is Pro right now looking for any kind of targets. Team Secret though concentrating his forces towards that A site specifically. If Southfield realizes the numbers here, they might be able to go for a potential rotation. The ropes are still there if they can get on through to the other side. And Papi Chulo, he's the one who's willing to dare and go for the push.
They haven't made a single sound, but Jeremy, you can see him watching that. Here comes a flash, and that's going to give him away. It actually does pop and give him the information that someone's there. Papi Chulo almost getting his hat taken off by Jeremy. He's able to continue on. They do spot some of the gadgets here, some of the traps that were placed by SBE, but now they're going towards that B side. Borkum is here, very close though. He has to be able to win this fight. He's able to only take down one, and Fro only an orb away from his ultimate. Unfortunately, it's not going to come online when they need it the most. They can get the plant here, but it's still a 2v3. Something we haven't really seen from Southfield work out in their favor.
Yeah, he's gonna get the reds here, but the problem is where the corpse is. Give him a course, as the Cypher usually says. And will he make the trek all the way to the spawn? I don't think so. Instead, watch out for the alleyway and be a bother from any tower takes here from Team Secret. Chamber though at the ready again. We're gonna be alongside Jeremy. Dubstep and Jeremy have been so potent together so far. But if they line up here, Micro actually go for the collab. But look at that, the crouch in one, the aim on the other, and Jeremy will get the that takedown. Here comes Probe, and down he goes. Jeshi Bash with the kill, and it's another one from Team Secret. They're still alive here. They're getting back into it, and Southfield, the wolves on the side, are hurting them where they're trying to finish off the job.
This is what we talked about, Dax. They're never out till it's done. And Team Secret, you can expect that they're going to come back and bring us a close game. Whoever thought this would be a one-sided show, well, you are going to be very, very mistaken here. Jeremy and Dubstep, them sticking together on so many of these fights is such a big problem for Southfield right now. That two-headed spear has been a big force that Team Secret have relied on time and time again throughout the group stage week number 2. And once again, you can see them relying on that duo to make things happen here in the playoffs. So Team Secret, weapons advantage, everything going their way right now. They should be able to tie this within a single round of each other.
Look, the thing is, they're part pro player and part Cerberus right now. These guys are just guarding these gates many a times together. Now, Jesse Bash will get the confirmation. That's Southfield trying to go for a bit of those mid takes. A while ago, you know, the intel that Team Secret could guard, oh, okay, they're there. But it really didn't matter as much because Team Secret was forced out anyway towards the other side. They just got that earlier intel. But here and now, it's more effective on the defense. They notice when they have to stay. They'll notice when they can actually go for the rotation with those guiding lights. And it's up to Southfield to try and outplay and outfox perhaps that intel garnering from Team Secret, as Papi Chulo, he's a hero this team needs.
Well, Ja, he's lurking all the way towards the other side on his lonesome. This Cam from Dispenser should spot them out if they ever move on forward towards that heaven position. Has spotted them. He hasn't tagged them up just yet, though. They do find that camera, and now the jig is up. Now they know what is up, and Ja, you can see him running away there from B main. Nade is going to keep him at bay. There isn't much time to work with. Not much to use as well in terms of the arsenal that they've got. Walling off this CT to make sure nobody comes in on the free rotate. Nade is going to make Jeremy vulnerable on that pull. They do spot Micro out with a tag as well, but Dispenser, he's very consistent, and they line up for him. He finds a double for one. 2 birds, 1 stone. Dispenser finds. He's within the site. They know he's somewhere here. He can't find the timing. He gets a 3rd and the 4th potentially at the end of things. As the clock is running out, Dubstep will help him, and that connection working out for Team Secret. SBE only have a round to give right now before they're tied up.
D&D are there again. Dubstep and Dispenser, the support system still works here and absolutely online. Another wolf for Southfield. Timer ticking, they were forced on out. And you mentioned it, it was just perfectly placed here by Dispenser. Got the trip on 1, and well, Micro, that's it. It's landed there by Dispenser. Team Secret playing really well now on the defense. This is where they're shining with basically the harder set in terms of composition. But Dubstep, where did you go? Did you disappear? Because Ja erases the chamber from existence immediately. No rendezvous whatsoever, no exit. As that was such a quick pick off here for Southfield.
They pull the, well, I guess the pull basically to kind of burn itself beforehand by using that boom bot to bait out the utility here. There's a one-way already prepped, as you can see. In case they do continue to regress on site, they're waiting for a response. Borkum does find that information with the jump peak. The rest of Team Secret are already prepared to fend them off. They do have the ultimates here. They've got that Cosmic Divide, and they do have the Neural Theft as well on Dispenser, who's still on the A site. South build, they take their time on this a lot. They live and die by the timer, but the clock could send them knocking.
Yeah, that's the thing. They haven't seen the clock be their friend this series. And while PPGL trying to bamp on the potential anti-lurk there, flank rather, it's SBE now having that side shot with the kick down onto Jerry. Borkum though with the answer. And the ass pop off here for the high ground up for PPGL. Here comes the Zan, who catches out Jesse Bash. Borkum tries to go for the trade, the flashback will fend him off. And Micro is there for the takedown. All left out to Dispenser. Micro gonna be on the board yet again. And that's what Southfield has been looking for. The trade system comes back online. And it's 2 more rounds till their potential victory.
That's the trademark Southfield execute. They get that space, they get that control, and even with only one avenue of their control, just B main. Normally, you'd kind of want to have a split at the very least. You know, you split B main and you have someone go throughout that Kevin position, which late lurk PPGL did do. Even with that, they just wait and wait and bide their time. Wait for the proper moment to pull it out, and when they do, they make it work out in the end. But now, the operator has come out from dubstep, and this is where he can be terrifying. This is where he's the most formidable. In Southfield, they have to be prepared to counter this.
Yeah, technically the next 2 rounds, you can have an operator one, Sword of Force ready on the other. Force to be reckoned with truly here. That Southfield needs to read as soon as possible. B&B, that was a good BPB from assist a while ago.
BPB?
Blast back boop.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, remember? Borkum got flung over. It's like, oh, okay.
He loves doing that. He loves messing about them with that blast back. But this is something Jesse Vash loves, but Job this time prepared. He died to it once a while ago and Vash pulled it out. He's not going to let that repeat. Yeah,
not going to be a fool there twice. And well played indeed by Southfield to get that read. Borkum though. Nebula doesn't see PPGL in time. Yes, he does. But the trade comes in from Micro yet again. Southfield enters system, working out well for now to give them the advantage. Here for Team Secret to go for the retake with that operator, and Jeremy will try, but dubstep to the 4 despite 5 players put down. Gets rid of Micro. Jeremy with 2. The patience are perfect, and he's ready with the fireworks yet again. Now the lob comes. Dispenser gets the intel, and the pink guard there, but John with the takedown onto the race. There we go with the disengage. Dispenser right now going for the shots. Floater and Team Secret. They still set it up well anyway. 11-10. But you can see celebrations about on the arrival of Jeremy. That raise was the biggest part of that defense.
That wouldn't have worked out on that retake if not for the perfectly placed pain shell there coming from Jeremy. Borkum, he was able to find that one towards B main, and you would have thought that maybe Pro, he'd go for the res immediately, run to B main, confirm that 5v4 at the very least, or 5v3 rather, and make things work out, but it doesn't turn out that way. And just Jeremy.
The flush out, or just the flank coverage, and Team Secret, they just have a complete package right now from what we see from them. Southfield, they're gonna need to unbox this soon, or else it's gonna be Team Secret looking for that win.
They've got some ultimates here for Southfield, but they have to be careful to not overcommit them on a potentially losing round here, especially when you're on the eco. It's not a round you're expected to win, and so I know that sometimes they like to turn things around with those ultimates, but it can be misguided and misplaced. The operator, once again, alive for dubstep here. So they're gonna leave him all alone towards this A side. Oh, John was thinking mishap there, but he gets to the side, and Borkum's able to fend this off for the meantime. But the double kill comes in for the Southfield side, even with the frenzy. Still, all is not done. We've seen Secret come back from these type of rounds, and even against the eco, you have to know that Secret can turn things around.
But this is huge here from Southfield. Optimism abound in the 4v2 slate, picking up a few rifles along the way. Make that 5 with the resurrection, and they're gonna need to clean up nicely. Dubstep with a takedown. Jeremy is right there to play bodyguard, perhaps, and there you have it again. The dynamic duo, still keeping it on in the first place. Dubstep staying on the high ground. PPGL now finds the raise. Thrifty. Phantom attack down with 3, and a thrifty win from Southfield to break the bank and decide to win out this round. Match points for South Built Esports. It's been a long, winding road to get here, Black and Blue, but SBE are finally here.
I know exactly.
Well, when the going gets rough, this South Built squad gets up. They've built their foundations from the ground up to be able to counteract this Team Secret squad, even when they were Bren Esports before under that banner. They're one round away from doing that. But Dax, we predicted an overtime. I think this is what we're going to get. Dubstep, he's got his tour de force, which has to come in crucial in this round. This is the only round he's going to be able to really use it in. And so let's see, how will that play into effect?
And because of that, they also have a bit of money to go for the triple rifle here. Bucky on Jeremy. A gamble, perhaps. A showstopper at the ready. But Team Secret, they need to work with whatever they have. Trademarks now. Get the detection. South Built here looking to go towards that A site. Pinch is already ready here between Aziz and Ja. The only wonder is, where's the other rendezvous? Okay, it's a kill here. He get on out safely, and there you go immediately. No stab on the fingers, though. He's still watching for the angle even more so. South Built right now, they didn't go for the push. They can't go for the pinch. And instead, they have to go for the rotation.
Big mistake. You can see he's got the camera there. Why dry peek it? He did check it, and here now comes out that neural theft. And they now know every single piece of information. The vial is up. The guys has been given away, and now South Built, they have a very difficult option here. Do they continue to that B site knowing that Team Secret are going to expect the push? They spot Vash out, who drops into hell, but he's spotting them more importantly, and he can get back to a safe position.
30
you can see
seconds
South Built really trying to be dire for timing. Micro, what is he doing? Why does he have his knife out? Forkin punishing him. Are we going to that final round of regulations? It does seem to be the case. John's going to get punished. Jesse Vash getting the kill. Here comes the Secret to try and find everything, and they're really getting everything going their way. As Jesse Vash gets a triple, we're going to the final round of regulations.
Have you ever seen an Intel swing? Because that was an Intel swing! Just running, gunning, dropping down to get confirmation that, oh, they're pusher. And Jesse Bash, but yeah, Micro, what's up, my friend? A little unfortunate there. Borkum with the punish, but this was just Jesse Bash getting out of dodge and getting in position for a beautiful triple. Showstopper did come on out though, so at least a small silver lining perhaps here for the side of South Built. Of course, Tour de Force used and the Neural Theft. So a few less utilities here, ultimates rather, for Team Secret to work with. But this is it. Perilous fates of South Built here hanging on the seesaw. One round. Team Secret forces overtime when we continue on.
That is certainly a possibility. Look at how many guns are trained towards that B main filter as they come on in. That's an angle that's certainly not going to go on South Built's side. They want to go for this B site knowing all they've got is a bunch of Spectres and 3 rifles. So they want to keep the fight close, but Team Secret, they're readily accepting of that fact. They know that, hey, you want to really play this thing close, let's do it. Put out the wall to try and bait out utility. Here comes that pull. Won't really catch much off of it, though. They've got 50 seconds left on the clock to work with. Ja, trying to peek on it. I'm not too sure how much success he'll find.
Well, Team Secret now realizing they're still up there. Neither side, though, did bite on that B-long push, basically. Team Secret not going for the off angle on the side. South Built not going to be rushing through it. And the wall now going to get used by South Built
30 seconds
over
left.
left side of the barrier orb. But they're trying to bait out something towards the A side with the Cosmic Divide instead. Team Secret, though, still no fools. Assist now. Go for the tower take here. Jeremy, the utilities. And this is where it can get dicey, but Jeremy has to back completely. This gives tower control to South Built. Papi Jula would take out the Spectre! He finds through there! Borkum is in position wall! But Cyclone's down with the trade! And they have to rush on down! Spike needs to be retrieved! Jeremy Gale and Micro! You only had microseconds of time to put this one down! Team Secret, though, with the regroup. No! Oh! He didn't make it in time! And that's it! That's overtime!
Switching sides.
I thought for sure he got the plant down within just a sliver of it, but it doesn't work out in the end. Dispenser, what a transfer! And that's why you buy the Phantom, kids. We're going to overtime. We predicted it, we called it, and that's what we're given. In that scramble, Micro and Ja fight back, but just couldn't get it in the end. That small kind of stumble, that small fraction of a second was more than enough for Team Secret to secure the round.
Dude, it's heartbreaking, though. It looked to be 4 seconds on the timer, but in a blink of an eye, we go to overtime. That hook was close for South Built, but you mentioned it. Dispenser, the Phantom at the ready. It was already a great effort there from South Built to flush out the tower holds from Jeremy, but it still didn't go up to par, and we're not done. After all these tech pauses, after 2 incredible maps, and a third one that's still here, the series that was promised. For better or for worse, round number 1 here, Black and Blue.
25, really.
No, I mean the
Yeah,
upper bracket.
I know.
No, I want to make sure you.
Let's clear things up, but yes, opening round of day 1. And still, obviously, this is such an exciting match. Tension is high. And these guys, they have high aspirations of what to convert. Aziz is playing this angle. He's made his presence known. He has to pull on back. That pull could be crucial. Could be a concuss as it comes into it. Here comes a nade. Aziz completely blind. He's going to get picked off by this if he's not careful. And that's a perfect nade and a perfect combo coming in. But Pro goes on the trade.
Combo there from Team Secret. Shades of perhaps different kind of shooters, but they made it work to get that takedown for free. Borkum though trying to set things up. Pro dropping on down, but he's still dead. And this Phantom with that Phantom, he is making up to absolute mysteries here. But down from above finds 2 even. 2v2 right now in high octane action. Papi Chulo finds his Spencer there. And it's all left to Dubstep with only 18 seconds left. Smoke though covering his push. Papi Chulo really show on up, missing with the cards. Now Dubstep gonna make an out of plan. Nearly finds the headshot anyway, but Papi Chulo, he will not fall. And Southfield keep themselves in the lead here after that first round of overtime.
Holy goodness! Dubstep, you believed after he hit that flick versus Jaw, I thought he had Papi Chulo's name right next to him. But still, Papi Chulo coming in the end. Jaw, what a great time for him to come in from the Raptors there and apply pressure. Papi Chulo, of course, finding the last 2 kills of that one. And this is where you can just see all of these players are so on point, are so capable of turning any round right around their way. And here we go. Do we go to another overtime, or will this be the last?
Yeah, Team Secret, they're over chasing, honestly. Jaw found the opportunity after Southfield realized everyone went after that Raptors position as they dropped down. Team Secret, they got hit in the back. They got hit in front there in the end by Papi Chulo. But truly now, will we go for more? Southfield here at the present victory. Can they do it yet again versus Team Secret? Borkum now. Do or die time. Gonna get PK by Pro and Southfield. That's the first pickup that they need. No more controller options here for Team Secret. Gravity Wall's gone. Smokes are gone. And Southfield building up more and more of a potential victory here.
The Battle Sage and Pro, he's definitely a mage of wisdom. Making sure to check that corner. He knows every play in the book, and that one might have even created back maybe 10 years ago. 13-12. Team Secret looking to tie things up. We asked for overtime. We predicted it by all means, and that's what we're given here. And now Southfield crawling their way towards this A site. This cap, one that has been very powerful for Team Secret a while ago. They can try and make her enemies able to dodge all those tripwires. Fortunately for him, and he gets the kill on Dispenser, who was trying to remove the Leer from being effective, and that opens up every single trap that was placed here. He's still running on Dispenser, but this, he's gonna go insane, and he pulls out the showstopper to end this shebang. And Southfield make it happen. Finally in the VCT, they take Team Secret 2-1.
Built Team Secret, and they've done it finally on the official circuit. Southfield Esports moves on to face off against Now Esports tomorrow. Team Secret to the bracket, but that was the matchup that was promised. The prophecy has been foretold. And there you go, Southfield does it again. But finally in the stage, they're supposed to do it on
That's not
overtime.